Welcome everyone. I'm John Taylor with LG Electronics. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're so proud to be here in the Ultimate Kitchen at Show Village here at the show. We have a very short agenda tonight. I just wanted to make some introductions, but I also wanted to emphasize that at LG, we like to say it's all possible. And you'll see that here at the show with our studio, the LG Studio, high-end built-in kitchen appliances, energy-efficient air conditioning and heating systems, Energy Star appliances that you'll see both here and in the home across the way. We hope you have a chance to kick the tires. But tonight we're in this amazing kitchen space, and it was designed by Wendy Johnson, who was the Kitchen Designer of the Year in 2013. And Wendy, thank you so much. Could you please join us for a minute?
Thank you, John. My vision for this space was to have a large, open living space that brings joy, comfort, function, and happiness to a family, whether it's a large multi-generational family with dogs and kids, or whether it's a small family, a retired couple, because this space works for both. Every area of this space is multifunctional. We have living and television that can be seen throughout the whole space, lounging at the fireplace, a multifunctional entry in the back that is provides laundry with beautiful, actually built-in LGs that fit fabulously into this tiny space, and desks and brooms and dog food dishes. The kitchen island is the main focal point of the room. It's very large. It's almost 17 feet long. It's got the kitchen the galley workstation, which forms a kitchen, a sink, and the prep area, working right over onto an induction cooktop. You can do this with induction cooking. You can put the induction cooktop next to the sink. And induction cooking is the future for cooking in this country. I think in 5 years we're going to see 80% of cooktops being induction cooking. It's very energy efficient, very fast, as hot as gas, and very inexpensive actually too. So big, huge refrigerator. Today's families are buying fresh. They're even growing their own foods. They're growing their own herbs, which is why I have this herb garden, which is a beautiful access to the cook or multiple cooks. And we can use multiple cooks in this kitchen. Dogs can be running back and forth, and kids riding a tricycle even. So as it turns out, it's a big, even though it's not a huge space, it works well for all of you tonight. So that was my vision, and I hope that it gives some inspiration to everybody.
Thank you so much. And special thanks to SGC Horizon for pulling all this together and for naming LG the exclusive technology partner here. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dave Vanderwall. He's the head of brand marketing for LG Electronics USA. Dave?
Thank you, and thank you all for joining us here at the Ultimate Kitchen. You know, really, LG Studio represents the best of the best from LG. And LG competes already with a mass premium brand that people know for the ultimate in elegance and innovation and technology, but Studio is really the creme de la creme. And the key to the Studio lineup is really the design side of things. It's a seamless integrated look, whether it's built-in refrigerators, built-in wall ovens, built-in cooktops, dishwashers. Everything is all about the aesthetic look for the consumer, and we're really priding on that, because what it comes down to is understanding what the consumer's looking for. We don't build appliances just for what appliances can do. We build appliances for what the consumer wants. So we recently commissioned a nationwide study just to learn a little bit more about what consumers are looking for in appliances. It was in November. We talked to 1,000 U.S. consumers, and we found out some pretty interesting things. 1 in 5 said that they would give up winning fights with their spouses if they could get the new kitchen appliances. So you can see how much real need there is to upgrade kitchen appliances.
What demographic did you ask?
I'm not going to get the gender splits on either. We asked some functional questions as well, and more than half the respondents don't even use self-cleaning function on ovens. Leaves them spending a significant amount of time just cleaning ovens by hand, and if any of you have ever done that, you know it's a 3 to 4 hour task. It's hot, it's dirty, and it smells up the kitchen. A third of the homeowners say they've had to cook meals in shifts because they have lack of cooking space in their ovens. And another chief complaint on dishwashers was that dishwashers aren't stacking up with performance. Nearly 80% complained silverware in their dishwashers weren't left spotless, and they feel compelled to pre-wash their dishes before they put it in the dishwasher. So our goal with the LG Studio line is to help at least solve many of those challenges. And the premium suite that you see today of the LG appliances is a shining example of that. I'll start with just a couple of things on the product. Over here we have our 42-inch Energy Star certified built-in refrigerator. One of the favorite features that I have to show you is just these adjustable door bins, which are as simple as one touch, up and down. Every door bin, so you can put anything from gourmet mustard all the way up to a champagne bottle quickly and easily. And you've noticed that's got a lot of capacity built into that. In fact, there's more capacity in that than any other brand 42 built-in refrigerator. Another nice product feature that we have is the built-in single wall oven. It's got 4.7 cubic feet capacity, brilliant blue interior, built-in recipe bank that John mentioned. Over 110 recipes are already programmed into the oven. So you can not only pull up the recipe, see the ingredients, but actually the oven is pre-programmed to do the necessary pre-cook and the cooking. We also have the induction cooktop, which our kitchen designer mentioned is really the cooking of the future. Beautiful thing about the LG cooktop induction, it has a bridge so that you could take not just the individual elements, but you could also put a griddle on top of one side so you could do even pancakes. The dishwasher itself, probably the star of the dishwasher performance is that it's a true steam dishwasher, which means that steam can be injected into the tub to work with water and get rid of that pre-washing necessity that the consumers are complaining about. And now, something really exciting. You might have heard a couple of weeks ago at the CES, we announced a multi-year partnership with top designer Nate BERKUS. Nate's going to work with the LG Studio design team to provide input on our design of our products. It helps ensure that LG Studio is going to continue to meet the evolving consumer needs and stay at the forefront of the design trends. So to tell you more about the exciting partnership and share his perspective on the key design themes for you to keep in mind, top of mind as you're at the show this week, I had the privilege of introducing the renowned interior designer and the newly named artistic advisor for our LG Studio brand, Mr. Nate BERKUS.
Thank you, Dave. Hi, everybody. So, just to be clear, for those of you who ate the bacon wrapped dates, we're enemies now. Because I had like 14 as they were passed through the room. I'm so excited about the new partnership with LG Studio. It's such an exciting thing. It's very new. We announced it, as Dave said, at the show just a few short weeks ago. But I think what I want you to know is that from the very first phone call that I had with the company, it was really clear to me that we shared a lot of common values. That our homes should tell our stories, that we should be surrounded by things that we love, that LG is committed not only to innovation and technology, but also to design. And every company sort of says that they care about design and design and design and design, and we see it all in the automotive industry and this and that. But LG has been a force in the American appliance market. So I, in my new role that I'm very excited to be a part of, with LG Studio, my job is actually to frost the cake, because there's been so much work that's been done in terms of innovation and features. Dave, you mentioned a few of the things, but even down to the fact that the water and ice dispenser on the built-in refrigerator is 9.2 inches. That, for a decorator, means that if you want to fill a vase with flowers and put it on your kitchen island, you don't have to do like one of these things. with the water going everywhere. It's taller than any other built-in refrigerator. And the handle on the refrigerator actually lifts up to open, which means that somebody's been paying attention. So here's what I'm here to do. I'm here to ensure that the design of the LG Studio line going forward maintains the highest level of standards, as they've already spent all of this time and energy and great effort in creating what is probably the best line of kitchen appliances out there. The door-in door, you know, how many times did you have to show me that before? I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. And as a Virgo, the whole thing with the buttons really appeals to me, by the way. I'm just gonna say it. I was like, yes, there is gourmet mustard in my refrigerator and also champagne. I was like, you're talking to me, Dave, this is great. But I'm really excited because truthfully, I've spent close to 20 years. I started my design firm, which is Chicago-based still, in 1996. And I've spent so much time advising people with what to do in their kitchen and telling them which appliances I thought looked good, but focusing primarily on the 900,000 other choices that people have to make every time they're designing a kitchen. You're no stranger to this situation, obviously. The backsplash, the countertop, whether or not it's worth it to search for vintage pulls online. Tip, it is. But you know, all of these myriad of decisions that people have to make, because at the end of the day, I'm a decorator and also a product designer. And the products that I design for the home, I don't want people to love when they see them on the shelves and love the week after. I want them to love them 5 years from now. And when you think about the permanence of the kitchen, the fact, as you said, that most Americans are completely dissatisfied with their kitchen. They don't want to have sex for a year. You didn't pull me, by the way. But the truth of the matter is that if you really think about it, the fact that there's so many people that have this fantasy of coming home and crossing the threshold of their home every single day and going to the room that all of us go to first and last, and for the majority of the time that we spend in our homes, obviously the kitchen, and they wish more than anything that they had a space that reflected who they believe themselves to be. And the way you do that is by creating a kitchen and only allowing the things in that space that really speak to you. And that is why I'm so excited about this partnership, because appliances are not a line item on a renovation. They should be thoughtfully considered. And I have spent so much time discussing grout lines and backsplashes and tile from Mexico and Morocco, and what happens if somebody puts a wine glass down on statuary marble and how you seal that the opportunity for me to actually be involved and work closely with the design team of LG Studio and make some innovations in terms of design that feel not only current, but have that, offer people that moment that 5 years from now, they're still gonna love what they come home to every day, is basically why I'm here. So, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much, Nate. As you can tell, we're so proud to have Nate as part of the LG Studio team. That's it for tonight. Make sure we get you a press kit, but also make sure you enjoy some drinks and fellowship. This is not really set up to take questions, but Dave and I and Nate will be kind of floating around and we'll have an opportunity to chat as the evening progresses.
But the dates, bacon wrap dates are mine, just to be clear, in case anybody missed that.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
You know, kitchens are intimidating to people because it's two things. One, it's the fantasy. Everybody wants the perfect, fantastic kitchen. And two, it's permanent, or at least as permanent as anything you're ever going to do in your home. So for me, the advice that I've always given everybody over the years, pick what you love. Pick things that really represent who you are, what your design personality is all about. Stick with them and don't waver. I think the hardest thing for people about redoing a kitchen is the decision-making process. I think everyone starts to panic because they realize that there aren't just 3 decisions to be made in a kitchen, there's 30. You have to figure out the backsplash, the countertops, the cabinetry, and of that cabinetry, there's probably 85 finishes. But in the end, all of those decisions really don't matter if you don't have appliances that function well. Because the kitchen should absolutely be beautiful, but most importantly, it has to function. They need to make the right choice with appliances. The truth is that this isn't the 1950s. We've come so far. There's no planned obsolescence. You want to buy something and you want it to last and you want it to work every time you touch a button. And that is what I think is intimidating to people about making that decision. So when you have a line like LG Studio that is that exact spot of perfect function, innovation, technology, married with what's beautiful, you know it's going to last forever. I get to get my hands dirty with LG Studio. This is a whole new thing for me. It's so exciting. I have chosen appliances for clients for years, but I've never had the actual opportunity to get in and actually design and figure out what appliances can be, what they can look like, how they can be changed, how they can be different. The LG Studio line is a fantastic, beautifully created, beautifully crafted line of appliances that it's word of mouth at this point. One girlfriend says to another, I love this, this works for me, this is fantastic. But the Studio line's high function, absolutely, with a huge commitment to innovation and what the best design possibilities can be. So my partnership with them is how can we take that even further? Slow down the process of designing your kitchen. Take the time to search on the internet, pull images together, get an inspiration book going. These are decisions that you're going to live with every single day. The kitchen is where people say, how was your day? You want to have beauty and quality and a space that really reflects who you and your family are as people. And in order to do that correctly, you need to carefully build that kitchen one element at a time. Slow down the process of designing a kitchen. It's something that you're going to live with every single day. So make the right decisions for yourself. Figure out your design personality. Make decisions in terms of all of the finishes and what you're choosing. That really reflects who you and your family are as people. Is it a casual beachside moment? Is it a very traditional, darker cabinet with marble countertops? These are decisions that are, yes, they're expensive, and also they're extremely permanent. It has to be dependable, it has to be a workhorse, but it also needs to reflect your personal style. LG jumped into this market in the United States and in a comparatively very short time created a reputation that stands for innovation and design.